Yo, what is up? So, I've just put my Nvidia system on, loaded it up, and so there is actually a new driver update for Nvidia. So I thought I'd have a quick roundup of this. So this shows I wasn't lying about that. So I did notice that. So if in my video where I was comparing AMD and Nvidia drivers, I did mention about there was a crash on this game. That actually, this is a FIFA 25 game, by the way. So what happened was I was playing with a mate. It was working alright for an hour, and then towards the end of the session it just literally froze my computer, and then I had to it just when nothing would respond, so I had to force it to shut down. And so it looks like this is the fix here. So hopefully that has sorted out the issue now. So I'm happy about that. Although, as I've said, I usually play it on my AMD system because it just feels, as I said, it just feels better on my 97 XT for some reason with smoothness. Although it runs no issue on the 4090 most of the time, but there just feels like some sort of delay at times. I don't know what it is, but I've always found AMD to be better with the esports games I play, to be honest. So for some reason, but I think, I don't know. Sometimes I think because AMD work with console and they're sort of optimised for console, really. A lot of these esports games, they sort of, for some reason, they seem to optimise them, but I don't know what it is. But that is a mystery to me. But anyway, you got again, there is a lot of, it just seems to be a long list every time there is a driver update with all these fixes. So it seems to be never ending, really. Again, I'm not making a video to be negative, but I'm just if I was just making videos to be negative about Nvidia, it would be a waste of my time, really. It's time consuming enough making a YouTube channel, but I'd just like to bring these things up and just let people know what's going on, because I know there's a lot of new PC gamers out there, and if you're a big esports player like me, like you love FIFA, I just wouldn't recommend Nvidia for this sort of game, because there just seems to be endless issues on it, and I've always found it to be better on AMD. So that's why I make these videos, because there's people out there that value their money, and they could be buying Nvidia and making a mistake if they like these sort of games. So as I said, there is a difference. So I like to just make videos to inform new consumers, basically. But anyway, moving on. There's general fixes. Again, we won't go into it, but we know, as I said, I've always found AMD's drivers to be more stable, and again, these drivers, just because they're releasing new drivers so often, I don't necessarily think that is a good thing, because even though, so they've already got the game support for Mafia Old Country, you've got multi-frame generation and all that, everything they usually do, that's got a new update. But this is why I don't really care too much about it, that they're releasing them first, because I just find, because they never fail, Nvidia, they're always getting these drivers out before the game launches, but then I still find issues in the games. The only one I haven't found issues with so far actually was Wuchang. I found that to run pretty well on the 4090. I've actually, even with frame generation, I found that to be completely fine on a Wuchang. So I don't know, I mean, people were reporting problems, but I don't know if that's like a Blackwell issue and it's alright on the 4000 series, I'm not sure, but I weren't noticing any stutters on the frame generation, so that's a positive for me anyway. So, but as I said, I still sort of get some sort of anxiety, weird anxiety, when they release a driver and it's for a game, and I'm still finding issues like people were saying, like The Last of Us Part 2, there was issues on it, even with a driver update. So it's like I said, just because there's a driver update out, it doesn't mean there's zero problems. So it can be quite misleading, because I just think they rolled the driver updates out so frequently and they're not checking everything. But that it all looks good when you look at it on the Twitter or whatever, there's another driver update, and then people would just, I mean, AMD gets blamed for anything these days, so it just makes AMD look bad that they haven't got a driver update out, even if the experience could be alright. I mean, as I said, it seems to be fine, even without driver updates a lot of the time games. And I don't know if they do it well in advance. I don't know if AMD actually do it well in advance or something, work with their developers, I don't know. But it just seems to be, because as I said, Wu Chang works fine. There's no driver update, but I've had zero problems with that. You get the odd stutter with frame generation, but that could be a game issue, because it's not implemented properly by them. Wouldn't surprise me. So I'm not just sticking up for AMD, I'm just telling people the reality of the situation. So yeah, I mean, it's good. It will have DLSS 4, but the reason I don't think it bothers me is because I know OptiScaler. Obviously, I want native support in the actual game, but I know with OptiScaler, I can just literally, that works 99% of the time. And with Unreal Engine games, it's so easy to find, or I usually find it anyway, and then I can just upload a video and people can watch that if they want it. So it don't really, I mean, without OptiScaler, I think it would be really annoying when you want FSR4 in a game, because obviously it's new technology and AMD can't seem to get out quick enough in a lot of games. But I think OptiScaler sort of makes me not care as much about not having it in the game natively, because I know I can update it. So I think that's why I'm not too bothered a lot of the time, although I do want it. The only issue is in these online games like First Descendant, because you can get banned, or it just won't. I mean, with the First Descendant, when I tried to update it, the game just wouldn't start, and it comes up, it's recognised some unfamiliar files, so it won't let you start it up until you remove it again. So some games you won't get banned, or it's just not going to work. So yeah, I mean, but I'm looking forward to this game, because I think I'll do some content. So what I'll do is I'll try it out on the 4090 and the 9070 XT, and give you my honest opinion. Is it running better on Nvidia or AMD at launch? Because that will be quite interesting. I think a few people will watch that. So I'll probably do part 1, part 2, having a look at that, just to see how it's running. So that will be interesting, I think. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.